constantly saying I'm tired, it's like, well, am I going to do something about it?
No.
Is it that I'm complaining about being tired?
No. You just actually tired.
Yeah, but I don't know. It feels like I constantly call this sea of negativity in my life. So I'm looking for a new way to maybe I'm lacking sleep.
That's a good episode. And sleep
I'm in need though. That they sound like you need therapy. That they sound like you need to go talk to somebody on medication. Like,
deprived?
if you say you're sleep deprived,
I'm
just saying that sound like as if you need. I thought that was it for us, Jade.
Bye.
I really thought that was the end of it for us. Like when the Kingston's just busting like as if busting like how different.
So we're gonna start out the door, yeah.
Like how that fellow try something and the fellow bust.
Biggs? What did I call fat man, fat boy, fat man? So, somebody had a better name for him. I lost it, but it was funny. I gotta look for it. Guys. You have to hear this name that they created for him. They said, don't call him that no more.
But we need to. Well, if you're talking about it, we kind of gotta let people know what happened.
Yes. Well, you do that. Let me look for this wonderful name that they gave him.
Alright, so there is this video circulating on the social medias. And you know, if I see it, I mean, well...
Yeah, you serious?
Yeah, everybody doesn't see it. So there's this video of... it's from the inside of a passenger bus, it seems like. And there's this bus driver, he's driving along, and there's two gentlemen in the back.
That's what we're going to call him?
Yeah, two gentlemen in the back. And while the guy is driving, I thought I'm going to be honest. Looking at the video first, I could have sworn the video was going on a whole different path. I thought the video was going on the path of the driver falling asleep.
Yeah, something like that.
No, because he looked like he falling asleep. Like, I don't even understand.
My boy was alive, awake too.
No, he woke up. He woke up.
Everybody wake up.
Because, unbeknownst to the driver, the two men in the back had
weapons.
Terrible plans for him.
Weapons.
Terrible plans for him. And so...
But he had a worse plan for them.
While the drive was going on, one of the guys pulled out a weapon and seemingly made some demands of the driver. Now the driver, upon recognizing the situation that he was in, decided, well, what? You know what? What's gonna happen? No problem.
All of us gone dead.
You're killing me. All of us gone
everybody
dead.
going home to God.
And proceeded to just speed up.
What? The man listen.
Step down.
The man turned into Vin Diesel.
Fast and furious. Oh man, I would have just the only tell you something. Sometimes you got a plan.
Watch it, sometimes you gotta traumatize back people, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you got a plan, you know.
People try to traumatize you?
But your plan don't always work out of your guide.
No, when people try to traumatize you, traumatize them back by 10. Cause the partner in the back balling out for him mother.
No, that was the most entertaining part of this whole thing for me. It was the facial expressions of the assailants. I didn't account for this.
So you thought I was gonna just rob Big Zango?
So we haven't seen the Sippers. The Sippers haven't seen us since Friday.
Boy, Monday was more than me, boy. I discovered something very valuable on Monday. I am not as young as I used to be, and so I can't party like a 23 no more because I'm gonna wake up and everything gonna hurt me. Things I didn't even know I had was hurting me, Azem.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough, mainly. But big up to her one time for a wonderful event. You know, Monday should have been a national holiday. What do you say? If you want a holiday ticket?
Take it.
Yeah, that should have been the Monday.
Take it. That was interesting. That was cool. I went.
Yeah.
I showed my face as well.
Surprised me. Just pop up and see. I was like, that's it. Yeah.
So.
And then, but besides me recovering from Sunday, all I've been doing is working. You know, friend. You know, it's only one thing I just do. You know.
So what is there to do?
None.
What is there to do, Jade?
Walk and sweat.
That's it. That's it. I work our weekend too.
But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple. Jade, I am proud of myself.
Why?
You see how you recognize something this weekend?
Mm-hmm. What you recognize?
I recognize that if I put my mind to it, I can overcome, I can persevere.
Oh, because they put you on a little dinghy there to bring, to bring you back seconds? That's when you realize this?
Jade,
Azem, show me the way after he come back. Again, him
that's actually a quite accurate description.
Yeah, Azem, show me the way after he come back take it and boy, he and God boy. And the raft man.
And the fish, the fly in the boat.
Yeah, I tell you, I catch it and bring it to me.
Jade, I didn't know we have some. I didn't know flying fish was like such a thing here.
Okay, find out.
Oh, Jade, they were literally right there. One of them give me a high five, I tell you. One of them. So I went to station on the weekend, and in school they're having their carnival celebrations over there. The funny thing is, every time I go over there, I go for a different reason. Sometimes I go with a band, sometimes I go to judge, sometimes I go to mix, sometimes I go to consult.
Sometimes I go catch fish.
Sometimes I go and one day if you can make it back. But yeah, I went to, and then on the way back, but what happened is my fault too. They wanted me to come back on a particular day, and I was like, I really want to stay. I got things to do. I gotta get back. They're like, okay, no problem. We'll organize a boat for you.
And they did.
They organize a raft, Jade. I'm going with what you call it, right? I'm going with what you call it.
You're back here in one piece.
Right. And to be honest, and honestly, like it
As if you just took the scenic route, you know, that's all, you know.
The thing wasn't, and it really wasn't that bad, you know. And to be honest, when I speak to like my grandparents, like my great grandmother was from Statia, right? So that side of my family could say like was from Statia, right? And so they would visit like my grandfather and my great grandmother and so regularly. And when I talked to my grandfather, I could, like he would always say like, you know, just how the boat is to go between St. Kitts and Nevis. Like that's how it was to go like states like Statia people would just come all the time. And I'm realizing now like that's pretty much still the same now. Like the islands are so close. I think we're in a very privileged position being in St. Kitts, because as much as we talk about how we're small and we tell or whatever, we're the big island. Like when you look at the surrounding islands, Montserrat, Nevis, Statia, Sable, Anguilla, St. Martin, like we're the big island. Like we're the big island.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I don't think we have a lot of the perspective that some of the other islands have, right? We we talk about how Anguillians used to come up here all the time to get salt and whatever. But I mean, think about it this way. There was a thing where the boat would, like literally every day, the boat would leave St. Kitts with grass. Like, so you cut the grass, you put it on the boat, and it goes to Statia to feed the animals over there. So that tells you like how intertwined the islands were, right? So coming up on the boat, I was just like, when on the raft, I was like, I could understand how people would like, yeah, like this is just, especially if you're regularly like a sea person, just go back and forth.
Yeah, listen, for a regular fisherman or somebody who literally enjoys the water, that would have been a joyride for them, you know? That would have just been another day.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, like, I had to hold on for the entire time because if you let go, you're going to end up in the sea because there was nothing. You had a life
jacket at least?
You're like the second person to ask me that. Like, Jade, did you see the boat?
That's why I'm asking you that.
But Jade, where life jacket doesn't go?
And you, what I mean?
Did you, them they look like they're studying about life jacket?
You should have been studying about it.
Where are you going from? I shop on the pier looking for a boat, them and tell me, oh, you're going on that day. I say, but I like a lot of stuff in this back.
Yeah, but they would have got to find me a life jacket, man. They can't just, like, it's one thing.
I would have just hold on one of the flying fish them. I had no idea that was such a thing.
Azem.
I've never seen them like that in person, like because they were right there. Like
Yes.
one of them hit my hand.
The mere fact that y'all putting me on this little concoction of a boat, y'all would have had to put me on safely at least. Like, I mean, we ain't on the windows, we ain't on the doors, we ain't on the walls, we ain't on the nothing, but just us and God. So the least you could give me is a life jacket. The least.
Jade, I was kind of surprised that both engines are working.
You like that, you know, can't at me.
But I'm back safe. I'm back safe. So
Clearly, you're here.
Yeah. This is not a hologram. It's an AI or something.
This is not a conspiracy.
Yeah, but yeah, it was very interesting. I went over to be a part of a performance for the Soccer Monarch.
On your one?
Yeah, the young lady.
Was that a young lady?
It was a young lady.
I seen a lady in the picture.
No, that was the picture. Maybe the picture I used was the band.
Oh,
There's a
because
picture.
I'm like, huh?
There's a young lady. She's a young artist. Her name is Loca.
Loca.
Yeah, Loca.
Big up Loca one time.
Yeah, and so she took over. Well, it's like I say in soccer man, but it really is like road match. They call it road match.
Why? Oh, but they do it differently.
They do it differently.
So they do it Soca Monarch.
Like what we would similar to what we would call soccer man.
Okay.
Right? The different islands have different ways of doing it. Because St. Martin is the same thing, but it's basically bands.
Oh, okay.
So there's a show where they decide the road match. It is like, yeah.
Right.
So she won. So I think she did a good job. It was
she clearly did. She win.
yeah, but I think there's so many moving parts, right? That even the artists on stage doing their thing, and there's so much that could hamper the results, or even outside of what you do on the stage. So,
congrats to her, though.
Yeah, congrats to her, Local. Big up yourself. So, yeah, definitely good times on the weekend.
Yeah, good times on the weekend until it wasn't.
They asked me to come back Friday, so we'll see.
What happened Friday?
So sure, it's carnival still going on.
Oh, I'll be at Park Hyatt on Sunday. Gotta do some work for Clifton. Yeah.
Saturday we at.
Of course, we at Grillfest. Pass for me and Jade, please.
Grillfest. Main thing I want to go with me because when I leave Grillfest, I'm going straight to Nevis.
Yeah, but pick me up, drop me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Too easy.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get back over then.
Okay.
I just need to make it there while it will hot.
Too easy.
Oh, but yeah, Thursday we have some things that don't apply to us. Yeah, these things don't apply to us, Azem.
Yeah.
But at least for public information, let me tell y'all that July 20th is a national holiday.
That's tomorrow.
Sorry, national half holiday, because it's only from midday.
Yeah, half holiday.
Yeah. And it is a national day of mourning. Well,
morning, yeah.
Yeah, it's to mourn our former Governor General who passed away, Sir Samuel Weymouth Tapley Seaton. There's a lot of things that are being fun to him. They put him there today. But same. We still have to pay our respects to such a great man, and that's what they're doing tomorrow. So, did they put him to line in
instead?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But they did it for the last Governor General?
I don't know what exactly. There were some things that happened this time that I know was a little different.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I don't honestly know what the protocol is. I don't know what the protocol is. I don't know how much of it is just convention or is something that is. Yes, I don't know. Plus, the thing for me as well will be where does the family fit into this? Once the family's wishes and his wishes are respected, I think that the country could also, play into that and show their respect for someone who would have been such a pivotal figure in the country's like political history and legal history. So yeah, I know that's my main hope is that the family in this time of grief, like their wishes are met, and that, you know, we could all mourn him in a way that really signifies, you know, what he would have done with his life. So
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I don't remember where's his funeral going to be?
I don't know, it's not in the article.
Oh, let me go back in, go check.
And the date. Cause we have some big funerals coming up too, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on.
True, let me see.
So the place feel a little heavy, you know. I don't know what's going on.
Still?
I feel a little heavy.
Zion Moravian? That church there too small?
Well, they probably got the big screen outside.
Zion Moravian ain't the church to the top of the wood? That screen ain't gonna help? What is going on now? Yeah, Azem, the ghost, I'm in here chipping out, may never realize. I mean, you just realized why I've been realizing since we come here, but I wasn't listening.
Okay.
If I don't acknowledge them, they don't acknowledge me. But yes, Zion Moravian is an odd choice to me because a state funeral.
It might not be an odd choice. It might be that was his church.
Understandable.
Yeah, that might just be it.
I guess everybody going to convene at the burying ground because they know everybody fitting in the back of the church.
No. Everybody not fitting in there. But at the same time, it's like, again, my thing is his wishes, the family's wishes. Yeah. I hope it isn't something where they would not have been against another venue, and another venue just wasn't offered. I don't think that's the case.
I don't want to believe so either.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. So I want to believe that there's some connection with the particular church.
Yeah.
And so that
there's a reason.
Yeah,
there's a reason.
Yeah.
So you see this rumor going? I have to laugh. You see this rumor about Mark and Jeffrey ganging up against you?
No.
Let me read. We read it.
No.
Hold on. Where did I see it yesterday? So it says Justin. Somebody said Justin does behave like that new site.
Justin is another site? Is another one?
No, but you always start with Justin.
Oh, okay.
But it does behave like the site over on Facebook.
Yeah.
It says Bradley willing to support Hanley for PM and open to idea of tabling motion of no confidence in PM Drew if the people of Nevis does not get fair share.
We're back to this fair share thing again?
So Premier Bradley has yet to receive his so-called fair share from the Drew administration, no 1 year after PM Drew has taken office. Bradley, who declared that his I'm reading exactly what I see. Reason for forcing the collapse of the Team Unity administration was the fact that Nevis was not receiving its promised fair share.
Has he ever said that he forced it?
I am telling you what the people say yes.
Interesting. Yes. I don't know if he's ever said that, but
Bradley has been confiding in close associates about his growing frustration with Drew and his administration, and has promised that if Drew does not review and significantly enhance the current financial arrangement between St. Kitts and Nevis for the benefit of his NIA and the people of Nevis, he will table a motion of no confidence on PM Drew and let the chips fall where they may. Chips has a capital letter for no reason. Yeah. Bradley has been reported to have said to associates, "My concern," with a capital C for no reason.
Alright, this is like
Wait, let me finish. Is the survival of my NIA, CCM and the people of Nevis. Dr. Drew seemed not to have any respect for me or the people of Nevis. Inside reports are suggesting that cabinet members are actively colluding with Bradley in an effort to possibly oust Drew as PM. The group has fallen short of reaching out to the PLP or PAM MPs. However, they are not resistant to the idea of negotiating with them in an effort to remove Drew as PM. Word is that Bradley is willing to support Jeffrey Hanley as PM. Bradley and Hanley have had a number of secret meetings over the last few weeks, including
If they're secret, how you know? If they're secret, how you know?
included the most recent one at Park Hyatt. Jeffrey has indicated that he would have support of Samuel and Marsha and possibly Douglas. It seems that the Jade administration is heading for an explosive dissolution, much like Team Unity administration before. Let's wait and see. Max said, hold on. I tell you what Max said.
Me want to know what Max said.
No, the people want to know what Max said.
People. My Max ain't said none of that in the first place.
I know that. But they also said something yesterday. Max said, Lord, I begin all you had to leave me out of your confusion and stop make up breaking news. Pan poor me.
This was giving me the same vibe. Like when I was reading articles about how they're hiding the microchip in the vaccine.
Sure.
This is
hold on, two people just sent me something. Why we name up on the show? Why we face on the show?
which show?
The farmer show. What can I guess?
Oh, I don't know.
Wild.
Yeah. But yeah, Jade, like these what do we call them? Melee sources.
Melee sources, yes.
Melee sources. The melee sources, them. Y'all got competent in this, man. Lord.
I know, man. Lord, at least when they are too popular, man.
Even outside of that, they're like, people just write anything.
That's obvious.
And you write Justin, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's true.
Poor Justin, bye.
If you start something with Justin, then it gotta be true.
Justin is the new Dessa?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing for me is, what this does, it distracts from the actual political conversations that we need to be having.
Mm-hmm.
These
Like what going on in the country?
who and who ain't talking, who and who conspiring against who and whose side and who can. We got like actual serious political conversations that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
So why we not using that energy to discuss those?
We never do, friend. We never do.
Yeah, anything for clicks, by.
Yep. And ain't even a click thing, because when you click into, there's nothing attached to this, you know? It's just a broadcast or WhatsApp. So it ain't even like it linked to somebody else's website, nothing. It's just... I need something better to do. Like these Justin articles ain't doing it. And articles is used loosely. Max said stop calling him.
Yeah.
Max.
I would just love to know, like, if there's ever been a time where he is like openly taking responsibility for the construction.
Not to my knowledge.
Maybe not explicitly, but maybe it was implied.
That is, he implode Team Unity?
Or at least that he had a integral part to play in its demise.
I thought all of them saying it's Tim's fault.
Yeah, but it can't be Tim's fault. Like, it can't just be Tim's fault. Like, we all experienced it. Like, we all was there. Like, we all recognize.
Front row and center.
We all recognize that Tim wasn't the one like making the noise.
So I already start from up there by that idea, you know. If the man did just say sorry, Team Unity wasn't going to implode.
You see where don't go?
Yeah. Because when you go out,
Bad things happen.
administrations don't break up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All bad to say sorry. All bad to say sorry. No, the whole administration break up.
All who had to say was sorry.
I'm on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yes, there you go. Let me see. We want to talk about the stamp out fake marriages or the act that the Traffic Act amendment to introduce demerit point systems.
Let's talk about the marriage first, because that point system thing gonna get me ready.
Where we go find out? So the government of St. Kitts and Nevis moves to stamp out fake marriages, pay for citizenship scheme. I wait till I done to it. I don't do it. That's all I'm telling you. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis is moving to stamp out what it refers to as fake marriages, fueled by a pay for citizenship scheme to get a St. Kitts and Nevis passport lightning fast. But what do you mean by lightning fast? Because we're talking about the government.
Nothing is lightning fast.
Did they make some improvements that we
Nope.
did not? So that mean lightning fast.
And then not only that, like if I marry somebody because I want citizenship, why is it a problem? Like why is that
We
a
don't marry
problem?
for less.
Duh. People is married for all kind of fleeting things.
Like they like see you.
Like they like see you and so.
So I can marry for a passport.
Because she got coolie here.
Because I'm trying to come up with mixed answer. But passport is why I draw the line? Come on.
But not only that there, my thing is if marriages are let's stop. I keep saying all the time, you know, we need to get to the point where we start deciding what marriage is. Like we need to determine what it is, because it seems very transactional in most cases. This is a transaction.
Yeah, but the government said not on my watch.
The government just vexed because the little money that's being paid ain't coming to the government, so they're getting it. So it's a workaround. That's all it is. But don't make it seem like you're trying to uphold the sanctity of marriage. Like, come on, give me a break.
Which government?
Give me. Oh, okay.
Love you.
Just say y'all want your cut. That's it.
I know, man. With that.
Just say you want your cut.
Somebody said marriage is lightning fast once you marry a kitchen. By right, you kitchen written in Willa. Okay.
So if I marry a kitchen,
Apparently,
from the time that is logged at the courthouse, I'm now a kitchen.
Apparently.
Okay, a kitchen passport just like that.
Uh,
Somebody confirm that for me, please.
I don't just give me passport one time?
No, one, I don't think that is the way it works. But
Neither me.
but if it is, then I'd like to know. And then my
Well, you got marriage to sell?
you know, quick you go around anymore. You know, okay. I got 5 marriages by December.
5? That's late. That's late. As if. But if we could get Sibe, we can have marriage for citizenship. Exactly. Exactly.
My thing is, right, I keep telling y'all the
That's
problem.
an investment, you know.
I keep telling them the problem with the CBI program is that for the most of the people, it seems like this thing that is benefiting a small subset of the population, yeah, and they don't see any of that coming. Like they ain't studying about the fact that that money is used for whatever. Yes, the money might be used to, let's say, build a road. But guess what? The same people who making a lot of money anyway still driving on the same road. So there ain't nothing specific to me. I think that's for the entire nation.
Yeah.
But what am I getting out of it? How do I get involved? But that's the
why
problem.
we have marriage by investment.
Because I don't work out well. Since passport game away, I mean making the money, well I got gain on the play.
I got something to give away. And it's the last name.
I do.
Speaking at the Prime Minister's press conference with Cabinet Ministers on July 13th at the NEMA conference room, Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, Honorable Garth Wilkin, strongly said that this illicit practice must come to an end. Why, Garth?
Why? Tell us why. He did tell why, because he's a learned guy and he's articulate and will explain what he.
We are finalizing new marriage verification regulations very shortly under the Citizenship Act. Marriage verification officers will be assigned to monitor and interview applicants to determine whether a marriage is valid and persons are not getting married simply for Bakulayi.
No, but Jade, but my thing is,
Oh, we just like for less.
I tell you, bring up this thing, you know. Are we going to admit, right, that marriage is, do we want the government in the marriage or do we not want the government in our marriages? What we want?
Well, the government, they're waiting for it to tell them they're in it. We discovered a widespread black market industry where citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis were being paid as low as $850. That's the problem with this. And as much as $10,000. Okay. What? That's that.
Okay, guys, no. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, y'all in.
Let's talk about this. Have you any idea how much money is spent by persons to get their passport? Like I understand it's a different market you're servicing, right?
Yeah,
I understand
but
it's a different market, but there seems to be a huge disparity between what the government charges and that system charges and what the people who enter that system have to pay.
Yeah.
Inevitably to get their citizenship. So what you are charging?
$850?
You might need to reconsider your fees.
Yeah, I need a little consultant there.
But that's my thing too. If I charge somebody, let's say $5,000, right, to get married to me and get a passport, you can't then tell me I'm doing it for the money when we understand the value of the passport. So let's say, right, I go to the interview process and I tell the person, yeah, we got married. Why y'all got married? Well, I have a slew of reasons you want us to go through all of them. Financial security, wealth building, creating family structure. They say, but we see here that you received a payment from this person 2 months ago for $850. I say, yeah, and?
That's for the wedding. How I gonna pay for it?
We saw a thing here for $10,000. I say, yeah.
That's how much my wedding cost.
So what that was for? What matter to you? It can't be. They say we suspect that it was because the person is not a citizen and they're hoping to get the citizenship out of this transaction. I say, yeah, but y'all charging $150,000. You think I'm gonna charge $10,000 for that?
What Max say? Oh, this was from 2019. The following person shall, if they do not already possess citizenship, be entitled upon making application to.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember when he said that. Right.
Any person who is married to citizens. Section 92 uses the word shall, which means it is mandatory and entitled, meaning that such a person has a prima facie constitutional right and expected to be registered as a citizen. It follows that anyone who is married to a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis is entitled under the Constitution to be registered as a citizen upon applying for such. The Constitution says nothing about waiting. Oh, when they were talking about you're supposed to wait 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, this is when they were having the election conversation as well, leading up to 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, this is when they're having the election conversations about who could vote and if economic citizens and what's the difference between a citizen and a resident and how long you have to be a resident to vote and all of that conversation.
Okay.
So that's where they probably have to change the thing. No, the issue I'm having is a lot of this is kind of enshrined in the Constitution. So are we having constitutional reform, or is it that we changing our laws? Because then somebody could probably bring like a constitutional case and make an argument. And I keep saying we have bigger fish to fry. Like we need to figure out. I'm talking about in the citizenship situation. Like, what are the rights of an economic citizen versus a birth citizen, right? Versus somebody who marries. Versus, like, what's the difference? Is there a difference? Should there be a difference? Shouldn't there be a difference? Like, when the Constitution talk about we the people, well, who the people be?
That's a good question.
Who are the people?
Who are the people?
Like, I don't think those are the conversations that we've been having. Instead, we want to say, oh, look, they look like they're married for no love. But my thing is, if the government, but my thing is, if the government is starting to get involved in the reasons behind people's decision to get married, right? Then how they gonna just start and stop it at they do it for passports? So, like, what they do? Like, what they gonna do? Discredit the whole marriage? Make you get an annulment?
How you gonna force me to get an annulment?
Well, I guess they just wouldn't recognize the marriage, right? Because remember, you have to register with the court. What happens is we have now allowed the government into the so-called
sanctified unions.
Right. So this used to be a religious thing. Now is a legal thing, right? So now the government has power over who can get married, when they get married, why they get married, all them things. And if that's what we're doing, then fine. But when you're gonna do that there, then don't try and come and pretend like as if like love is this. This ain't about love.
Somebody say we need 90 Day Fiancé. Second edition.
No, but my thing is, if this person paid me even $50,000, right? There's a transaction from this person to me for $50,000. How you gonna decide that person pay me for the citizenship when you charging over $150,000? Oh, like how you gonna determine that? Remember.
I am married for love here. Married for love.
Please don't.
They can't marry for transactional reasons, as in that is illegal.
It's not.
Well,
They're trying to make
it illegal.
No, but it's only one transaction they're trying to make illegal. That's the thing, they only try to make one specific transaction because they feel it's taking away from their money. That's all it is. They're like, how dare you
marry for anything
find
else.
a way to make money off of citizenship?
That does not include me.
That's what going on here. You remember?
I got up stem voice though. That the A50 helped me out.
Yeah, I know that, you know.
Yeah, if I gonna scam, at least scam for real. Like, come on.
But maybe, and that's my problem. My problem is if you see somebody pay me $850, like you can't tell me that person pay me that $850 so I could marry them for passport. You can't. No, come on. No, Jade.
Yeah, you
No.
can't decide what money for.
And even if that's what it was for,
So,
like how you gonna decide that? Like how you gonna decide that when the value is so much more?
somebody says, so does that mean Indian weddings are illegal here? Because remember they pay dowry to get married.
Duh, but as I'm saying, a lot of weddings are transactional. But as I'm saying, it's not that they're trying to make transactional weddings illegal. They just don't want it to be this type of transaction. They don't want it to be for the reasons of getting a passport. No, the issue is how do you even determine it's really transactional because I don't have a passport to give.
That's my point. So like, how you gonna? That's why I'm so confused. How you gonna? How this research went for you to decide that there's a whole ring, a black market ring, of illegal marriages? Because who you talk to and they say yes, I married this person for a passport.
That's probably not what happened. They probably talk to people who say, I know a man. He did tell me if I did pay him $5,000, he was gonna marry me. And when I went to look for him, he couldn't get married because he done married. And then me and understand because I done had the money ready for him, you know. That's what happened.
Yeah, but then
That's what happened. Yeah. That's what happened right there.
oh yeah, right.
Can
yeah.
we see?
Some statistics,
No, that's what I want to see.
What?
I want to see videos of the interviews. I want to see videos of the interviews. I think that would just be the most hilarious compilation of videos I've ever seen.
Them admitting that I was about to sell the soul for a passport.
But not sell no soul. The man is selling no soul, Jade. The man is selling a thing.
But the last name.
No, but remember you don't have to take that, you know. You don't have to change your name.
True.
So not even that you're going with.
So what did this anyway? I need some more information on how they come
There will
to
be
this.
none.
I know that, friend.
There will be none.
But I do need some.
There will be none, and then they're gonna go and they're gonna make this, and then we're gonna hear nothing again about it again. Because you know why? Once they already spend all this money, spend all this time, go to Parliament, do all of this, they're gonna recognize that in practice, it can't work. In other words, let's put it this way. What if me and you get married, right?
Mm-hmm. That way, no?
No.
You want? Oh,
You're already a citizen, so you know what?
Oh, sure, shoot.
But let's say me and you getting married. I mean, someone who really and truly looking for citizenship,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is the process, the interview process, going to be based on how well I know the person? Because we know people that get married, they don't have
Cannot
a clue.
be that. As in, I've literally watched videos over the weekend where the husbands ain't on nothing, nothing, middle name, father name, boss name,
And they got 2-3 children.
birthday, nothing.
They got 2-3 children.
So you can't be that.
No, but that's the point I'm making. So it can't be based on familiarity with your potential spouse.
Cannot be that.
So the only thing I could see is if they, let's say, how should I put it? Doing it based on transaction. Now, if they're doing it based on transaction and people know there's an interview process and something, all I do is I only pay you once I get the passport.
So
Meaning that we don't went through all the interview, we don't do everything done in order and set. And then, how you can tell me after the fact that I can't give my wife, I can't give my husband some money?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't. That's what I say. Me understand how
the government need to keep out of marriages unless they're getting into the marriage business. Like that's the only thing.
That's a hard one to put.
Personally, I don't have a problem with the government being involved in marriages. I think, and the reason is because I believe that marriages are a very important part of the society that the government is in charge of helping to curate.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a problem with that. Right? But you can't come tell me like, oh, we discovered a black market ring. And they're selling these things that we also selling. But guess what? We ain't getting nothing from it.
So you can't sell it.
So you can't sell it. Like, give me a break, yo. Give me a break. Give me a break. I'll focus on something else. Focus on something else.
Well, sir. Anyway, somebody said, but they do that in the US.
And how that does work out for them in the US? You know what people are not getting for green card?
Careful, like, I'll pick you up, come question you,
Me and a US citizen, you know?
So they can't ask her.
And all I have to say is, I was kidding. JK, I was kidding. This is an entertainment show.
Yeah. Take everything we say here with a grain of salt.
No, but I mean, people get married all the time for that thing. Like, saying they do it in the US. If I tell y'all some of the things that they do in the US, they just buy guns in Walmart.
No, that's kind of.
Maybe I should go down Value Mart and buy a shotgun.
I don't think they sell that down here. I don't think there's a oil in Ram that has AK-47s. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry to tell your friend. Anyway, an unidentified object fell from the sky in St. Kitts.
Okay, I was overseas when I heard about this. What is happening? Because that's the only thing people been telling me. Nobody could tell me no more details. Yeah. All I hear is, I hear something fall out the sky.
Mm-hmm. You take the reach? Like they finally.
That was just they here already. That was just a care package.
Oh yeah. You know. Well, it says the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force is investigating reports of an unidentified object that fell from the sky and landed in Conyers on Saturday between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Police said it collected some items of evidential value as a part of its investigation. A full investigation into this matter is ongoing, and the general public will be kept appropriately updated as it processes, the RSCNP said.
Why did they give us these updates to just not tell us anything? We got reports, so we pick up some stuff. You know.
Yeah.
That.
I want to start to write reports like
why?
that. Like, I want to start to put out them kind of reports.
Yeah.
Three liners. Don't give me all of these fancy words. Just tell me something about the sky.
No, that ain't even what they said. That's not what they said, Jade. All they said was, we get the report, we went down there, we took up some things from where they said something like that.
Yeah, but the report started with something about the sky.
No, it didn't. I'm talking about the police, you know. What the police said. The police said something about the sky.
Yes, it did.
What the police said.
It said an unidentified object that fell from the sky and landed in Conyers.
Let me see this here.
It literally said first line as if that's something fall out of the sky.
Just go back. What's in there?
Oh. Sorry. The alien made me.
We got now. Okay. Yeah. Right. It says the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is investigating reports of an unidentified object that fell from the sky.
They
yes.
confirmed that it fell.
Here is where it starts. It says, police said, that's where you're looking for. That's where you're starting
what
from.
What the police said?
The police said it collected some items of evidential value as part of its investigation. A full investigation into the matter is ongoing, and the general public will be kept appropriately updated as it progresses. That's it. That's all I said.
Also, I mean exactly what the police was themselves.
That's what I'm saying. Where the police don't tell us what they're saying. Nobody's up to now. Nobody said nothing follow this guy. They say we had reports that something followed this guy. The police went down there. The police take some things and bust off. They say they're gonna keep us appropriately updated.
Men are aware that word appropriately,
but because that's the way they just get away with not telling us anything. By just saying, well, it's not appropriate. They don't tell us anything else. Every time.
Yeah, where the pics answer?
What pics?
About it?
About what?
Or something.
About what?
Well, what I need to listen and tell us what they're talking about, you know.
The police ain't telling us a thing about nothing on Canyons. Unless they're saying, oh, they nothing follow this guy. If something really follow this guy, then tell us nothing, Jade.
I would have picture. I don't like pictures of all kind of things. This is when I draw the line.
That is why I know not a thing happening yet.
Yeah, because how the citizens them who reported it leak no picture.
This thing happened between 9 and 11. They
So
say
I
first
had
thing
2
that
hours to take these pictures.
that they don't go wrong.
Yeah,
That they don't go wrong.
that's a very
That's a wild time.
Yeah.
It literally takes a fraction of a second for something to hit from in the sky to on the ground.
yeah.
It hit. But nobody, the people who report it, nobody take a picture.
Petitions, they take a picture
They
of
take
that.
a picture of everything, Jade.
No time.
No time.
No time,
No
my
time.
friend.
Just look at the facts, Jade. Look at the facts.
Yeah, wait. I would you. Okay, let me see this demerit thing. That ain't got nothing to do with me, because I ain't listens. Say its government working on Traffic Act amendment to introduce demerit point system.
How many
And
more acts
more.
we gonna get?
We've been having a lot of acts.
To be really getting the ones that we need here. But anyway, go ahead, continue.
The frequency and lethality of traffic accidents in the Federation have been significant talking points for citizens and residents. The rate at which accidents occurred warranted a statement from the law enforcement where they pleaded with people of St. Kitts and Nevis that speeding reported as the leading cause of traffic accidents is unnecessary, even if late.
That's true.
That's facts. For St. Kitts alone, there have been more than 600 traffic accidents within the first half of 2023. As Sergeant Sophia Henry, big up Sergeant Henry one time, reported. A more startling figure is the 4 fatalities between May and the first week of June. Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, Honorable Garth Wilkin, in response to the traffic accidents being seen in the Federation, reminded the general public of a change to legislation previously addressed where a demerit system would be introduced to curtail reckless and dangerous driving on the streets of St. Kitts and Nevis. In respect to traffic illegalities and recklessness, we are currently working on an amendment to the Traffic Act to introduce a demerit point system so that people who are reckless on the road can lose their licenses after gaining a certain amount of points and cannot recover their licenses until they take defensive and safe driving courses. We are also reviewing the highway code to examine speed limits and introduce potential sleeping policemen, otherwise known as speed bumps. The AG did not give specific timelines for the amendments to the laws, the proposed speed limits, and where speed bumps will be introduced. Wait, this one.
I understand the feeling to do something like this. It really has been ridiculous what
Yeah,
with the traffic, right? The losing of your license and that kind of thing. Again, I think it's a response. It's a response that people generally. Some places have a similar type of program.
They do.
In my experience, having known a lot of people who driven on expired licenses, driven with no license, driven with I don't know how you police out that type of behavior. The sad part for me is that the deterrence, like this is where I put it on, so right? Like you can't legislate away criminality that is based in culture. Right? That's not to say that it doesn't serve as a deterrent and everything, but if you're looking for lasting change, like generally legislative approaches to doing that don't prove fruitful. But like personally, I really don't have nothing with it until I see what it is that they're suggesting, because like I've been saying with a lot of other legislation that's been put in place, my fear is generally one, the weaponization of the of the legislator of the law. And I think that is a real issue, because we see now how many times there are things that happen and what is applied is not the spirit of the law, but the letter of the law. And so that, I feel, puts us in a very mistrusting position when it comes to the law, to the police, to the legislators, them kind of things. For instance, you don't want to have to put laws that adversely affect certain groups, right? So for instance, if it is that you get X amount of points, the merit points on your license, and then your license is taken away until you do something, do I have to pay?
To get back?
No. Do I have to pay to, for instance, like let's say, take defensive classes and things? Are those classes going to be affordable? Because then, if not, then you're really targeting people from a certain economic background. And on top of that, you also create a situation where the effectiveness of the law based on your presumptions, which is, oh, taking away the license and all them things can cause people to change their behavior. Then you're telling me that the effectiveness of the law is a sliding scale depending on how much you earn. If money becomes part of what it is, what it takes to be able to get back your license. So these are the kind of things that you see people complain about police officers not using discretion. People talk about police officers targeting them. Like, I know for a fact that there are officers that target people, right? I have been, and I know family members that have been targets of specific police officers when it comes to traffic violations, right? So
you don't want that to be the case.
Yeah, and so you don't want to have a situation where the law becomes weaponized.
Yeah.
Right? Especially considering, for me, one of the other issues with this conversation is we have way moved past the point where I think we can consider vehicles luxury items. I think they're necessities.
Yep.
And so, how do we police necessities in that way? We have to be very careful. But it's not to say that I have an issue with anything that they want to put in place. But we just have to be careful about how it's implemented. And just the same way, we don't make these assumptions that, hey, the general public they're gonna hear about this law and all of a sudden they're gonna just adapt. Like, we also have to bear in mind that we also making assumptions that police officers are going to take this law and apply it properly.
True. So. Well, I guess we can just got to wait and see. Let's jump off of St. Kitts and head over to Trinidad.
Oh, I was say jump off of St. Kitts. I don't do that on the weekend. It's traumatic, Jay.
We're just happy you're here. Yeah, we're just happy. Take a little bit of water there. Well, a TNT man beats his wife unconscious. Daughter chops off his hand. Yeah. Trigger warning. Sorry, I should have probably said that first.
Yeah, that's how the trigger warnings work, Jade.
Yeah, I put it down there. They put it down there. They put it to far down in the article. The following article contains information of sensitive nature. Yes, that's what we do here. A 58-year-old woman was beaten unconscious, reportedly by her husband, during an argument at their Barrackport home in Trinidad and Tobago on Friday afternoon. During the reported squabble, the couple's daughter intervened and allegedly cut off her father's hand with a cutlass. According to the reports, around 3 p.m., the couple got into an argument. During the argument, the man allegedly beat his wife with a metal chair, causing her to become unconscious. His 20-year-old daughter intervened and allegedly chopped him several times with a cutlass. His left hand was reportedly severed. The daughter was detained while her parents was taken to the hospital for medical treatment. All I'm going to say is, hey, I'm beating nobody again. Lesson learned.
You think she'll chop up anybody again?
The daughter? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. You know, it could have been a one-time reaction to the situation thing. Free her. Free her. Keep her hand to her. Well, keep the hands that y'all have to yourself. Or you're gonna lose them.
You're gonna lose them.
That's all. Moral of the story, you know. Keep her hand to yourself or you could lose them.
Yo, this thing is like, you see, you're gonna start dabbling in certain things, right? Things happen to you.
Yeah.
Things happen to you.
boy.
Things happen to you. I mean, at the end of the day, it's unfortunate for everybody.
Yeah.
The woman who, no matter what was happening, didn't deserve that, you know.
Yeah, hit your way for that
Right.
metal chair by. Well, sabai.
Or like y'all arguing, leave the house, brother.
Oh, what do you think this be wrestling? Ladies, take up a chair and lash you. A chair? The whole chair? Why?
Maybe watch some of wrestling back in the day.
Yeah.
Right? But then you go, you do that. And then you have the daughter now who has to go deal with the fact that she would have witnessed. Because the truth about it is, in the moment, you don't know if your mother laying on the ground is even alive.
Yep.
That in itself is traumatic. Then you chop off your own father hand. That day can't feel pretty either.
I don't think
Right?
so either.
So, and then of course he lost his hand. So,
Listen, for the man, all I could say is to play stupid games, you get stupid prizes by.
yeah, but like I said, to me it's unfortunate all around. Yeah, you ain't got hit, you get your hand chopped off. Your wife we don't even know what happened.
We don't even know what's your wife in by.
Concussion, we don't know. And now your daughter now out here got to deal with the fact that she sees she father knock she mother unconscious and then end up chopping up she father. Like all around this thing just sad for everybody, bad. Sad for everybody.
But free her. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I will not have an argument against this young lady like walking free.
I know I said we jumped off of Sakis, but we're jumping over to Nevis now.
Happening over there.
Unfortunate.
It's all these good things happening over there. Culture armor coming up, all kind of things like that.
No, those are the good things, you know. However, there was an incident that happened over the weekend that has many people outraged.
This weekend?
Yes, and rightfully so. So, a Vincentian officer.
Don't go on the wrong road, Jade. Don't go on the wrong road.
When I say Vincentian officer, which road?
Go ahead. Let me hear one.
He brutally hit and run
There we go.
an old lady.
There we go.
And she unfortunately passed away. Yeah, the man knocked down somebody's grandmother. And she died.
Okay, vehicular manslaughter. Like, just go jail a minute.
Yeah.
So that's all what happening, right? Like he in jail and will pay for his crime.
They locked him up.
Has he been charged?
Has he been charged? Well, I don't know if they charged him. I want to believe they charged him since then. And the police force did make a statement about this. Actually, let me just look over on their nice little page. Royal. Okay. The press conference done? That was fast.
Carl, tell us it's not valid, guy.
You think that's all they tell us?
I could appreciate that, dude. I just tell you, they just need to come straight and be like, look, watch it. We're not there. There's something going around, say something follow this guy. Nothing actually follow this guy.
Well, somebody had sent me a statement, but I'm not seeing it on their page, but I think it was basically condemning the act of what happened, which would make sense because what else is there to do? Besides lock up this person who is locked up, so you know. Yeah.
That is so unfortunate.
I know, like, you see, and I've been seeing all the videos of her dancing and just having a jolly old time in her old age. And it's tragic that this is the way that she had to meet her end by.
I had a great aunt who died as the result of like traffic accident. Like, she's just walking, going to, when she went, nice day business, gone to the shop to come back. Driver knock her down. She eventually succumbed to her injuries.
And I think what makes this worse is the fact that it was a hit and run. Ain't even like, and a police officer
that is
of all the people.
I mean, when people frighten the things, but guess what? No, you just got to pay for the consequences of your action.
Yeah.
You don't get the luxury of being able to just be like, I was afraid and I ran.
No, I say what, man? You're gonna run to jail. Run to jail, my friend.
Yeah, just hoping that he doesn't enjoy any special treatment or privilege as a result of his profession. Yeah, if you kill somebody, you go to jail. You know that's my thing all the time. You know that's my thing. You got to at least face them charges and thing like.
Yeah, let the court work out that.
You don't get to kill people and then just be home.
Nope. Not at all.
Somebody lost their life. Condolences to the family and friends and the community of this woman. We have a name. Her name is there?
I don't remember seeing it. Let me look for it again.
You should call her name.
Actually, I know it is Ella. Let me just back check. But I do remember seeing her name this weekend.
People be careful on the road. I've been saying it all the time.
I don't know why they're racing.
Nobody like. Be careful on the road, please.
The island them so small. We're on our highways and byways. Why racing going?
You cannot gain 10, 15 minutes driving anywhere.
Yes, her name was Ella.
Okay. Well, yeah, to the friends, family, loved ones of Ella.
Yeah,
like,
our condolences.
Our condolences, man.
Yeah.
Think that be like you don't live, you're living all the time. You don't get you so much things.
And then this is what happened.
Yeah. When you get to that age, the age where you maybe looking forward to retirement or maybe even retired and you're starting to really
just enjoying your life.
Yeah, you're starting to look at what the end kind of might look like for you. This is what people picture. And it's unfortunate when after everything that you've done and managed to survive, that you don't get the opportunity to, kind of live in the way that you anticipate. Is unfortunate.
Yeah, so long time I said this, but it's time for Jade Speaks because it's not time for the nonsense segment of the show.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
No, don't be friend.
Too late.
A man said he went temporarily blind after attempting to cry for 7 days.
Oh, I see this here.
To obtain Guinness World Record.
Momo. Momo.
I should be a soundbite.
We need to start telling people when
they're stupid.
They're stupid.
No, I agree. I all for that.
Momo. That's that guy. Of all the records you could choose to set,
the one.
I am going to attempt to cry for 7 days straight. Only to realize at one point in the middle of your cry fest, you can't see. Momo!
Oh, Lord.
Yo.
Well, Sabai, Nigeria has been gripped by the Guinness World Record mania, with people going to extreme lengths to claim a record, from cooking for over 100 hours to crying non-stop for 7 days. Nigerians are obsessed with setting world records. But now, Ghanaian-born influencer Tembo Mbeer added himself to the mix of things to break a record by crying non-stop for 7 days. But unfortunately, he went temporarily blind during the attempt. That word unfortunately doing a lot in that sentence there. Because I think that's how we feel. This was not an unfortunate incident.
Oh, boy.
This was stupidity.
We was just singing that song there, boy. My partner too, We sing the government you deserve. Sometimes you get the health effect you deserve,
Yeah. If you decide you're going to cry for 7 days and 7 nights, If you got temporarily blind, well, who are they? That, I feel like that's fair. Yeah. Despite his setback, he says he was crying for Africa. Please don't bring the kids into this. Do not bring the kids into this. Cause you lie.
Getting really fed up of this thing, influencers, you know. Like I'm getting very. I was already fed up, but it just going to the point where I'm adding 2 veries to that now. Like.
Just tell the truth. I cried for 7 days because I wanted some attention and a Guinness World Record. Don't say you were crying for the children them.
Crying for the kids. It's all about the kids, Jade.
Oh.
It's all about the kids. Stop crying before I go blind.
Are you done to get far off? Oh, that was wow.
It ain't gonna take me 7 days to go blind. It ain't gonna take me 7 days.
I want to have tops.
Yeah. That's why I don't cry, Jade. This is exactly why I don't cry. I haven't cried since 93.
You don't have it in you?
Nobody, but I'm not gonna blame myself. I'm not gonna blame myself. It's not that I'm being emotionally unavailable. I just don't want to go blind.
I don't think that's fair. I think that's fair, friend. Despite, he said going for the use them, no? There is no limit to what they can achieve, but there was one for you, though.
That's where this man going with this thing? This man still trying. This is the problem, you know, Jade.
But just tell the truth.
No, we need to tell him the truth. By Momo, we're not going to sit here while you're trying to make yourself into a victim
Or savior.
And come talk about.
It's for the kids.
It was for the kids.
Oh.
They can achieve anything if they just try.
Even crying.
So what you deciding to do is what you want to achieve is a Guinness Book of World Record, talking about you cry for the longest ever?
7 days and 7 nights. Yeah.
But these people who need to be on the biggest loser list, yeah.
And while some people view this trend as a passing craze, others are using their attempts to promote causes such as the reading culture.
So
You're not read if you can't see. I mean, there's braille, but you ain't got that kind of time.
Oh, boy.
I ain't got that time.
You know, the things that people doing for attention right now is ridiculous, Jade.
Wild as hell, Azem.
Jade, I see people out here talking about their lifestyle bloggers, people talking about their all kind of weird terms. I'm just like, you have nothing of substance to offer to the human race. Nothing of substance to offer to the human race. So why is it that you're trying to be influential when you have nothing to offer? Nothing in a Jade.
Sometimes less than that now.
Sometimes less than nothing. And people running around giving them the, but I don't understand it, Jade. But the world is
wild. Just wild.
But you see this new trend where they don't kill like 4 people?
No, which one?
There's this new trend of...
No, not the plastic one.
No.
Oh.
There's this new trend of it's people jumping into water or something. Like, there's this new trend that kill.
Why we don't do this? Like, I don't understand.
Attention seeking, Jade.
Attention don't pay. It does not pay. No, I know God that's vexed with I when I reach up there, you know. Like, I hope God got shame home. So when you die stupid, because it's your fault, he just put you in there and go sit down. You find it?
There's one, I'm trying to remember. There's this other one that is blackout. This one they do with it, what you got to do with it in your vehicle. They're killing people as well.
If you're doing anything that is termed blackouts in a vehicle and you die, natural selection. That's nobody but your fault.
Crazy.
That is literally nobody but your fault, Azem. So if you die because you decide to do some stupid, well, there was out there eating Tide Pods and so, you know. So like, I can't put on past people, Azem. Them man was eating not dish soap, washing soap. So if I are dead, that's it. This is what, remember when I was saying if you're dead for COVID? But this is when you're supposed to say that.
What?
Not for COVID.
Ah. Yeah, so there's this one about boat jumping.
Jumping off a boat, like the dude, the
Jumping off the back of the boat and jumping off the back of the boat. Yeah, just like how they're jumping off of the cruise ships. The people like, no, the people just jump. You can't make it on a cruise ship, so you just jump off of a boat instead. There's this other one that I found out about that is
stupid bad, you know.
like there's this thing where you could break into like Kia cars with like cell phone chargers. Like there's this video that show you how to do it.
Break it and enter it?
Yeah, because what happening is now they take the vehicles and then things. So you had this one.
Taking it too?
Just so you break into the vehicle and then you go joyriding, right? But then of course you videotape the whole thing.
Of course, can we have to tell ourselves?
So apart from the fact that everybody getting caught because well you're videotaping yourself, literally committing a crime. There was this one where 6 teenagers do it.
And they crashed the car in it.
Crashed the car.
And they did in it.
5 got ejected through the windscreen or something like that, Jade.
Oh, too stupid.
5 of them end up outside of the vehicle. 1 of them survived. It was 6 of them in the vehicle.
Oh, stupid. We're a generation of stupid people, you know. Social media got all acting real dunce, you know.
Real dunce. And this is the problem I keep telling people. Because there's more access to information, right? There's a couple things going on here. One, because there's access to information don't mean people are more inclined to seek it out. But then it also means that the information that is accessible isn't necessarily quality information either.
Azem, I used to want to blame this on social media, right? However, you spend time on social media. I spend time on social media. Social media never made me jump off the back of the boat, eat a Tide Pod, put my head in a plastic. Like, these are just stupid people. Like, I convinced these are just stupid people, Azem.
Yeah, but then if you give stupid people a gun, right? That's what I'm saying? So it's like.
But the problem is we cannot. We don't. We're not stupid until our shows are stupid.
No, Jade. What happened is that the stupidness is being perpetuated, and then whatever it is you perpetuate, people are going to follow, right? Then on top of that too, one of the things is that social media is literally constructed in a way to be as influential and impactful as possible. So it is literally designed to get reactions out of people, right? Whether emotional responses, whether financial responses, to play on your emotions. So because that is the way. So in other words, right? If like in the example I gave you with the stupid people they gun, right? The gun ain't necessarily designed to play on the emotions of stupid people, right? But social media is. So it's purposeful. So there's a responsibility there as well. Like there's responsibility there because it's purposeful what is happening. Like you know, literally the Chinese people just was like, hey, we got dumb down the West, let's give them TikTok.
And they, watch you. I ain't even make it hard for them.
No, but the thing is about it, right? They knew that it was like that we saw just more concerned with like getting our fix. That it didn't even mind if they tell us. They was like, we could tell them because I ain't gonna stop nothing. As a matter of fact, the dynamic is going to be also you feel you can tell us what to do. Like it's weird, Jade. It's weird.
I want to start this movement of smart people. Let's get smart. That's the name of the campaign.
Jade, intelligence seems to be undesirable right now.
Why? Not wrong with making smart decisions, A matter of fact.
Stupidity seems to be very much in style right now. I don't know what's going on there. Stupidity seems to be very much in style.
Speaking of stupidity, yes. I saw somebody I remember one of my friends in a group chat said this happened to them. So there's this thing where somebody in the comments says kids. I don't know if it's kids. But so there's this thing happening where people are throwing bottles or whatever missiles at cars passing.
Oh, cars passing? Yeah, I saw a video of that. You saw a video of this.
I didn't see a video.
Okay, so there's this video of a gentleman. I can't tell how old he is, from the video. But he's literally just standing on this side of the road And as cars pass, launching stones and bottles and
Well,
missiles.
I don't
at the
launch
car.
them back. What?
No. He hit one particular car. What the driver did is launch the car.
Sorry.
The man launched the car. Just, clean. I'm sure I could find that.
Clean him up.
Clean.
Well, problem solved.
Clean. Why?
Problem solved.
Why is it that we just live in a world where nobody seems to understand that there's consequences
So your action.
to every...
If you throw something after me, I'm going to throw back something after you. And the part of this have to have because something to show. The man show you all care.
The man show you care. The man show you all care. The man.
And I completely understand and agree.
Yeah, Jade.
Like, sometimes we gotta fight violence with violence. I fight. You try to stone after me, I'm going to try to scare after you. Let's see which one going to win.
I don't even remember what you sent
I
to me.
can't believe you showed me that video there, but
Yeah, clean up, man. the man's Nikes them in the ear and he head on the ground. Flip away.
I'm very sorry for you. I'm very sorry for you.
The man literally one car pass, brap, brap. Two car pass, brap.
It was only a matter of time before I hit the wrong person car. And now look at you. Bend up.
Too many times, we see people acting and there seems to be no thought.
Azem, just stop worshiping people here. We just stop worshiping people, Azem.
Well, karma is a bumper, because
But I thought every somebody will lash that after them. I was like, yeah, I fight because why are you doing? Literally, if that window wasn't up, that would have busted your face.
Karma is a bumper, Jade.
Bye.
That's all I got to say.
Bye.
Yo, somebody gonna need to really figure out what's going on with this generation here. Somebody got to figure it out, Jade. It cannot be, Jade. It cannot be that with all this information that's accessible, all this technology, the children just getting dumber and dumber. They need to train them. Like everybody. Everybody. Ain't the children them. It's everybody. It's everybody.
From adults
Big
to kids.
People. Self all the time just
Bring back shame. Bring back.
I don't tell her, I say, no, people don't study me. People don't get vexed when I say, like, there's certain things in life that are necessary for our development. I tell you, you could watch a man and tell when he never get boxed in the face when he was a child.
Bye.
You could watch a big man now and tell you never get boxed in your face.
I didn't tell you actually, you know.
No, but what happens is, get boxed in your face when you're 10.
And you're going to know better when you're not.
Because what's going to happen when you're 25, you're going to be worse than the little box from the little hand.
Yeah, bye. The man going to wash you up properly.
You're going to be worse.
The man going to wash you up properly, boy.
We just watch a lot of things and be like, oh my God, why do they do that? Oh no, we have to stop that. Oh, they can't handle it. Oh. And guess what? So you're now having adults that have not faced any adversity. You have adults that have not faced consequences. You have adults that have no idea of boundaries. And guess what happened? Them adults just running around doing stupidness. Stupidness.
Box them in the face from young. Box them in the face from young. But I with it. Me gonna let you.
I asked a youngster that the other day, you know.
If you ever get boxed in the face?
If you ever get boxed in the face, I had to
he
ask
was
him.
behaving like he hasn't done
Yeah,
it.
and you have to ask him, I said, let me ask you a question. You never get boxed in the face, isn't it? Ho, anybody gonna box me? I said, right.
Yep.
There
we go.
Ah.
That's problem right there.
Right. Cool. I hope to never hear about you. Because I have a feeling if I do, it ain't gonna be good news.
Somebody gonna box your head clean off your shoulders. So you remember this thing when they had the blue and black dress? The blue and black or white and gold dress?
Yeah.
Okay. So the man who helped make the blue and black dress go viral in 2015 was accused of trying to murder his wife. Me no water with you. Me no water with you for you.
But these are the things you want to be famous for.
No.
These are not the things you want to be famous for.
Not at all. It is reported that a 38-year-old Scottish man named Keir Johnston.
A young man.
Yeah.
Young people get married, sir?
Apparently. Of the Isle of Colonsay, allegedly attempted to murder his wife, Grace Johnston, the daughter of Cecilia Bladesdale, the woman whose viral 2015 dress was created for. What?
From?
For. Is Ateliwasi. Okay. Oh, the woman the viral dress was created for. In addition to attempted murder charges, the man has been accused of terrorizing his wife of 11 years by allegedly subjecting her to domestic violence acts and coercive control. That's what I was trying to say. Which ultimately led to him allegedly trying to kill her last match. She needs to meet the girl from Trinidad. Who we talked about this morning?
Oh.
They need to become friends. Prosecutors in this case claim he tried to unalive his wife by pinning her to the ground and squeezing her neck. Prosecutors allege that he reportedly assaulted his wife at their home before pulling out a knife and trying to strangle her. In other alleged instances of domestic violence, which prosecutors claimed had happened between April 2019 and 2022, the man is accused of pushing his wife against a wall, shouting at her and trying to choke and strangle her.
The context really matters in the Jade. Because somebody else might hear that and think something totally different.
It's all like
context really matters. Context really matters. It's all in context.
Yeah, if I start with that, somebody would have been like, that's a good time.
My thing would be like, why did they really be going on to have people get to these levels by like?
And I mean, understandable. Sometimes they want, you know.
Yes, you could want to, but you
don't do it.
This is the same thing. I had a conversation with somebody. I tell them, I said, look, the same when you. There's a certain expectation that no matter what it is that you do, that your significant other is not going to resort to physical violence as a response. Same way you have, he probably has expectations that your behavior has a certain level of boundaries, right?
Yeah.
But you know, the person said to me that caused me to really like.
Murder.
So yo.
Murder.
Cause for instance, right, like. If you're dating somebody, you're married or whatever, you send somebody, maybe not necessarily explicit, but sexually suggestive picture or whatever. You think that no matter what happens in relationship, that person keeps that to themselves. Like they don't share it with anybody else. It wasn't meant for anybody else. It was meant for you. Even though we're not good, you don't put that out there and so, right? So what happens when somebody go and do that, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, people, when once these expectations and these conventions get crossed, like people just do all kind of crazy things. Yeah?
That is a fact.
But like I keep saying, the actions of others should not be able to cause you to go out of character. You know, like you have your own character. Sometimes what that means is that you're gonna have to get the worst end of the stick.
That is all, but it's better than being in jail.
Yeah, it's better than being in jail, boy. Better than being in jail. And then, like I said, sometimes too, boy, especially as men, like we don't have no recourse. We don't have no recourse. Like, just sometimes you just got to eat it. You just got to eat it, boy. Take it.
So, friend, let me ask you a question, right?
Whenever you start like this, my anxiety level is just going like. Whenever you start like that, Jade, my anxiety level is up. Let's hear this.
Let's say it's my birthday, and all of us in the sugar factory go out for said birthday, right?
The Kingston's there too?
Everybody,
Okay.
right? All of us, my friends, everybody there.
Fair enough.
And
all your friends there too?
Yeah, all of us. And we, you know, when you go to dinner, you order your food.
Mm-hmm.
I order maybe like some chicken nuggets.
Right.
You order a steak.
Right.
Then we order a lobster.
Right.
You see them order like some noodles or so. Something
Right.
like, you know. And the bill come up to $4,500.
Okay.
And then I tell me we're gonna split the bill.
Okay.
We're gonna put it together and split it.
Right.
You think that's fair?
Yes, Jade.
If I order some chicken nuggets and you order a lobster, I gotta pay for your lobster?
Yes, Jade.
Why?
Because this is a communal event, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a communal event, right? And so part of what is happening here is that we are all sharing in the experience, right? We are sharing in the experience. The belief is that if you are here, you are in some way connected, to each other, right? And so something as trivial as a few dollars, I don't think. No, don't get me wrong. If somebody has a different view, I don't mind.
You see, my view differs because, like, I feel like if you come out here and run up, if it's one thing, if it's like it's the birthday person and you know she had a few drinks or he had a few drinks or so, but if you just here as a part of the party and you bill alone is $1,500, well everybody else bill is $85.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like there's a few things happening here, right? Like if I ordered one meal and you ordered one meal, then yeah. But if I hear like if I just go in above, okay, this happens all the time with me. This happens all the time with me. So even though we go out, I'm out with people or whatever, and we decide we're going to split the bill, my bill generally is a lot lower.
Yeah.
Simply because I generally might not even have to pay for anything I drink. Because I only drinking water.
Yep.
Water and some lemon, they ain't charging me for that. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas if we're out for a while, y'all drinking drinks, y'all drinking top shelf, y'all drinking like $30, $40 extra, and y'all, that's twice my meal.
Yeah.
Right? But me going and say, well, me ain't had no drinks here, so I just paying them $25 for me slice fish. Like, you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So I'm always in that position because of that, because I don't drink, right? So, like I could say, I've been in that position where everybody's bill is sometimes 2 or 3 times more than mine, but I just play my part. Like I don't
feel like there's some people who would overdo it. Them is the people that don't like.
And that's what I'm saying. If there's somebody who you got
surf and turf,
goes about
5 drinks, and everybody else just had a little meal with a little bit.
This is the bait for me too. Like, and I think this is what it is for me. The same way that we are all being considerate, because that's what this comes down to, right?
Yep.
So we are all being considerate, meaning we considering what everybody else is doing and what bam bam bam. So if I go to a place, right, and for instance, I have a thing for calamari, right?
Okay. Me too.
The calamari generally is on the appetizer menu, right? So if everybody else ordering, nobody else ordering an appetizer, Jade. Nobody else ordering an appetizer, right? I have 2 options if I want an appetizer, you know. Is one, well, I have a couple options. One, I'm either going to not have the appetizer. That usually happens, right? So by them 5 people there ain't had an appetizer, so you know what? I'll just have the meal as well.
Yeah.
Especially if I know somebody else is contributing to the bill.
Yeah.
Right? You know, I just won't have an appetizer then. The other thing is, if I have the appetizer, what I generally do is I ask the table if you all want. So bear in mind, so what I'm ordering it because I want it, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
Right? So I expect everyone to be able to participate and take some.
Yeah.
So then splitting it is okay because well everybody eat anyway.
Yeah.
Right? I know I can make the note happen. I can pay, you know, Jane. I can pay.
What?
Me ain't going to with you again.
What's the last?
Me ain't going to with you again.
Because you ain't gonna kind of autopsy, man.
No, but nothing. If you're not considerate,
yeah,
then why you want to be like me with you in the first place?
I agree.
That's how I don't deal with it.
Because one, we're in these hard post-COVID times.
And I have done that. I have done that.
Stop. Yeah, like I don't
I've done
understand them
that.
kind of people. Like you.
I've done that.
You deciding to run up the bill and then watching everybody else. You can't even afford what you decide to buy by watching everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm generally in a position where my bill is lower than the people that I'm hanging out with. But I don't see it as a thing because I know I am the odd one.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not that there's a particular person that just being ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if there's a particular person or two people that just going above what the standard is, then I consider that inconsiderate. And I don't want to be blamed with the inconsiderate people. Why am I coming out to eat with people, share a meal with you, and you're not considerate of me? Like, so there's people that have done that where after the fact, they come up again like, we're going to eat, and they say, so-and-so going to be there? I'm good. So-and-so, like, that's happened.
I agree.
That has happened. I remember we used to do this thing with old classmates. And that happened like twice. Where this one particular past classmate of mine would just be ridiculous. And so the next time it came up about dinner, I said, such and such gonna be there?
May come in.
I said, I'm good, I'll pass on this one. Yeah.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah, because I don't think it's cool to then even tell the waiter or the waitress, especially if it's a lot of people to go split up the bill. No. We all here sharing a meal, man. Like, split, just everybody contribute. I don't even care if, like, let's say we put in on cash and yours come up to like $50, but you only got like 2 20s. I mean, care, like, like somebody else can pick up the 10 somewhere.
Yep.
Like, you know, like I ain't stressing that, but
it's when that's
when
the
I could
thing
sense
for
the
me.
inconsideration. Yeah.
That is the thing for me. Like when I know that you being willfully inconsiderate of the group and their finances and all of these things, you're just out here showing yourself bornily. And ain't it your birthday, you know? Ain't it your birthday?
So this happened somewhere or something?
Yeah, I saw this video online where apparently a group of friends went out to eat and the bill came up to $4,500.
Okay.
And the birthday girl decided she ain't contributing nothing at all to the bill. And then everybody was, 2 other people was like, well, I can pay for what I had. Because I had some chicken nuggets and I had lobster and steak.
Right. Because part of it for me is knowing who you out with. What are we doing? Are we splitting the bill? You could ask one of the Kingsters, have we been in situation? Either ask that early, say like, what are we doing? We splitting the bill? Everybody paying for their own thing. Before we order, because I might know the limitations of my wallet.
Okay, but me know yours.
Right? I know if I order for me, well, I could get this.
Okay.
But if I order and everybody splitting, well, maybe I got to do this. You understand?
Yeah, no, I with you.
So I just do that. And part of it is people don't do that. People just go. Sometimes, same thing. I've been to birthday dinners and I I say, how we settling this bill? No, I just ask. Because I have to make an informed decision before I buy.
You're right.
Yeah. So I just do that. If you don't do that, that's your problem. But I just do that. I ain't leaving it up to chance.
Buy? Facts, because somebody do too much.
The birthday girl is saying she ain't paying. That they rough though, because she's the birthday girl.
Yeah, but then as the birthday girl, you should be at least a little considerate. Like, yes, I agree, you should pay. I think what should happen is that everybody, they should split the bill and include the birthday girl dinner, but, you know? Yeah,
but the thing about it for me is,
you should discuss that amongst your friends before you even.
Yeah. No, the problem is that there's this, what that really comes down to is this self-centeredness and this entitlement. Oh, it's my birthday, I'm not paying for anything. Yeah, but if you know you wasn't paying for nothing, then be considerate.
So you pick the most expensive hotel, restaurant, whatever, in the country, and then go watch me in my face after you're done eat 25 meals and tell me I must pay.
We are no longer friends.
Nah, that's why.
We are no longer friends.
Birthday or no birthday, y'all should still be considerate of people. I don't expect people to pay for my birthday dinner, but if they do, I'm appreciative. But me ain't going out, leaving my wallet home because it's my birthday and say, well, it's my birthday, so somebody gotta pay for me.
No, but my thing is, even if you drop it and say like, I'm not, like, watch, it's my birthday, I'm not paying, then be considerate.
Yeah.
Because these people are doing something good for you. Just be cognizant of the fact and act accordingly. That's one thing that went out the window a long time. Eh?
What?
People acting accordingly.
My, oh my God.
There's no consideration for you don't temper actions based on no
time and place, no nothing. No nothing. Just bye.
People acting accordingly is like an old time thing, and I keep telling people that is the best advice I have ever gotten from my grandmother.
What, act accordingly?
One time somebody did something to me and I was very unhappy about it. Right?
Understandable.
Yeah, there was somebody that I trusted, somebody that I didn't think would do whatever to me, and in speaking to my grandmother said, look, all you got to do, Azem, is act accordingly. Don't get vexed. Don't go do nothing to the person. There's no need for revenge. You just act accordingly. So now you know when you're dealing with the person, then you just...
You know what to deal with them.
You act accordingly.
Yeah.
And I have taken that
sound advice.
Watch you. Listen to our grandparents.
Bye.
Listen to our grandparents. Take the foolish advice.
Hey, foolish man.
Oh. That's what they just call it. Eh?
Oh, it's true.
But we well know that a lot of wisdom behind them little nuggets that they be dropping. Eh?
Bye.
But acting accordingly is a thing that people seem to have forgotten how to do. I would never thought.
Never. And that's them is the people I afraid. Because you ain't know how to act. Control yourself in any kind of environment. You just
out here wilding.
You unstable. No man want to be around you. Because you ain't gonna put me in a life-harded situation based on your ridiculous actions.
No, I told you already, I constantly make decisions on how much access I give people based on how they've reacted and behaved in certain situations. There's people that I know I am not taking you with me if this is a professional thing. If this is no, you're not.
You can't carry them nowhere by.
No,
you know, them people that say I can't carry them nowhere.
Yeah, that's the thing. And we have to be honest with that.
No, it's a fact.
We have to be honest with that, and there's nothing wrong with having a conversation with people as to exactly where they stand in your life.
Yeah,
you're like, we're afraid to do it, but no, you need to tell people.
Them people who can't read the woman, so yeah, me and I want me buy.
Look, if you're going on by the shop, go lime and cool out and relax and bang. There's some people who, hey, that is this place that they shine.
Yes.
Right?
But if you're going to a business meeting and them kind of, you can't carry them nearby. Them they ain't about time, place, no nothing.
And as simple as you see it, right, Jade? As simple as you see it. People don't know how to dress for different occasions.
That's crazy.
That is a thing.
Yeah, no.
Because people now telling you, why do you want to police my behavior and my clothing? This is who I am. And look, if I hear one other person tell me, well, that's just who I am, when it's used to justify bad behavior, you see, people like that, I don't play with it.
No, right.
Like from the time somebody tells me that, right, in my mind right there, you're right off.
Yeah.
You're right off. From the time you start to tell me, this is how, I mean, you're suggesting to me that you are unable to adapt, that you don't have any sense of like you said, time and place and appropriateness, because you're trying to tell me because you're just loud and crass and whatever, then you need to come church and be loud and crass.
And you need to house of the Lord?
You need to come around my children and behave the same way simply because you're loud and crass and get vexed with me.
Because I'm telling you, like,
that's not necessarily the type of behavior that I want to see here. No, like them kind of people there, that's a big red flag for me.
And I with you.
Big red flag. And people who justify people like that, big red flag too.
Yeah, because what you mean?
Big red flag.
Sis come to the school. Imagine you going up to school to give a speech. In clothes that go Juve.
No, Jade, no, that is a thing. That is a thing, Jade. That is a thing. I remember one time I had this conversation. There was this video going around about of this teacher. She was quite shapely, right? She was quite shapely, and she was wearing very tight clothes, right? Not excessively short, but short, right? Not excessively low cut, but low cut, right? So because of her body type, it accentuated some of her assets,
Yes.
right? And I'm telling people and say, like, if I was a teacher in the school, I would have a problem with that. Oh, we could have a problem with that, but if an next teacher, I said, but I'm not talking about the other teacher, I'm talking about her. She and the next teacher is shaped the same. So why should they dress the same? Like,
No, we have to, we know better as him. We know better as him. Because when we go in the closets, because when I go into different places, right? I go in my closet, I think about, okay, where are going? What's the event? I go into a fete, could dress a little more revealing. I go into talk at Jade in school, I got on clothes.
yeah, but not only that, Jade, I think that what people tend to do is they go, because she can get away with it, that means I can get away with it. Or because he can get away with it, then I could get away with it. Not realizing that, no.
Yes,
There's
I walk.
differences.
Yeah.
There's differences, right? There's differences. Generally, for men, it's not a big deal because of, just our clothes doesn't have so much variation, right?
Yeah, but if you're going up the school to talk, men expect you to go up there in shorts, you're going over on the beach.
I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. I don't expect the business teacher to go to the class dressed the same way the PE teacher is dressed.
No.
So if I have a teacher that is teaching accounting, right? And every day he comes to school in some sweatpants and like a jersey, right? I'll have a conversation and be like, hey, what's going on? He said, but he could just, but he going to run up in.
That they just go down a dark road and next thing you know you're in jail. And one place me ain't going to HMP, so I have at it.
My thing does be, a lot of times people talk about society. Society isn't stopping you from doing anything. What society is saying is, if you do X, Y, Z, which you have the right to do, then consequences for your action.
That's all.
So you want to come out and behave like your head ain't good, well, we're going to shame you, we're going to call you crazy.
Yeah, that's all.
But no, they want to be able to do every stupidness, but then if you're calling crazy, oh my God, you're so offensive.
How could you say that?
You're so abusive, oh my God. My feelings are hurt.
That's how I behave.
But me until you come out and behave so.
Man, tell you that as all. But in fact, me and you had no conversation. So why are you involving me in this now?
So your society. I hate the society trying to tell people to live their life. Again, nobody telling you how to live your life. What we're saying is live it how you live it, and this is how we will treat you.
That's all. Consequence. This is gross. This is gross as hell. I think that's it for me on social media for the day. Let's wrap this up. That's my body like.
And the good thing for me is that
Time and place.
my sensibility, like that, don't even, I have no interest in seeing what you just saw. None at all.
And I don't want to traumatize you like that either.
Thank you, but you
And it will, eh?
Yeah.
Actually?
No, don't show me, Jade. I don't want to know. And that's the thing, some people will be like, I got something to tell you, but later. And that just burn them all till later come.
Not you.
Okay, cool. Somebody tell me, guess what? And people just get upset with me because, they don't do that to try and entice you. So people will be like, yeah, but I can't believe. But wow. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't got thing to do with me. Like them things do.
Well, you say you just mind the business that pays
I
you?
mind my business.
Mind the business that pays you.
I just can't understand how people just be like, oh my God, you can tell me. Oh.
No. I got a friend like that in a door, so don't like that over there. But
Can't
she
take
fast.
it. Can't take it. Fast and jet.
And she admittedly.
No, they're not fast. They're not that fast.
She don't even try to hide it. She'll be like, Jade, you're not fast.
Them things don't bother me.
Good morning, Samantha. Hope you have a blessed day.
If you got something, morning, Sam. If you got something that you got to tell me, just tell me, because My mother used to do this thing when she just try to guilt me into things, right? That don't work on me, you know.
Guilt don't work on you.
That,
You're a menace to society, Azem.
that don't work on me at all. I tell you, I got this thing.
Sir, are a menace to society.
When I anticipate that people...
I need to score that, sorry. No, go ahead. Because every time I want my phone in there, and it's traumatizing me.
When I realize that people are doing things to seek my attention, I make it my business not to give it.
As you should. As you should, friend. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
As I'm hungry, let me come go.
Let's go.
Because right now, some breakfast potatoes on my mind.
Ooh, nice. You gonna make them? Okay, that's what going on.
I tried to do this healthier thing. As in my exercise last night, I pushed to the pen.
You're gonna go wrong, Jade.
With breakfast potatoes?
Yeah.
Because starch, ain't it? Damn.
Carbs, Jade. I tell you, ease up the carbs. Like high protein, low carb.
Oh, I got here for some chicken wing here.
There we go. See how that was? High protein, low carb. You got protein shake? Got protein powder? To fix that, get your protein intake up, ease down on the thing, you won't be hungry, you're good to go.
Facts, I'm gonna make some chicken wings and maybe some veggies on the side.
You'll be surprised what you will do to your assets.
Now I won't be surprised, you know. I know exactly what I could do to it, you know.
Okay.
But I really want me on the way like that. The menace that you all know already. Imagine.
I would handle you being the menace for you being healthier.
You're right. We will.
That's me. But see, I care about you.
You do.
Right? I care.
Okay.
People who ain't care about you are gonna hate you and so.
Oh, make it what I mean.
What she gonna buy? Since she's a hot girl,
She look good, eh?
she be sure good, see?
Long time. What's new?
Oh man, but guys, we gotta leave, we gotta go, we gotta disembark, we gotta disappear. So bye bye, so long. Later, more times.
See you tomorrow.
Because we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. All the sippers, you guys online, those on Facebook, YouTube, those who've been hitting us up on Instagram and on TikTok. Kudos, big ups, appreciation shown. Big up to the Kingsters in the King Club, for sure.
Oh, yes.
But guys, alas, we're bringing this thing to a close.
Yes.
So yes, please remember to spend more time living your content than posting it up. Somebody just ghosting out people anyway.
The man.
Somebody just ghosting out people.
And I will want to traumatize you with me, but you tell me now, so I'm going to respect your wishes.
No, I'm good, Jade. I'm good. I tell you already what has happened to me even when people send me long messages.
You don't block them out.
I don't even...
You can't block out this stuff, so maybe even going to send it to you.
Well, the thing, again, I don't bring it into my life, Jade.
And neither will I.
So
until tomorrow.
those of you out there who sent me the long messages on one day and
Oh, yeah.
when I didn't even read it, it ain't really that I just saw what you said and decided not to respond. I literally just didn't read it. Like if the first two sentences I recognize you don't have the best interest for me and this isn't going to positively contribute to my well-being.
Well, maybe reading that.
Maybe reading it. Not reading it. You could stay there until no. I don't even bother delete. I don't delete it. Don't block you. Nothing. You just wait there. I ain't reading it. And it don't bother me.
I just delete it.
I
may want accidentally breeze past it.
Well, I don't read it, so it don't matter if it's there. Like I'm just not gonna read it. Like it don't really matter.
I got 121 unread messages right now.
I'm trying to get mine down, Jade. I got to 63 this morning.
A matter of fact, let me just clear all of them.
Let me see before. I can
tell you right now, maybe reading them there.
Let me see before. I talked too fast. I was at 63 this morning because I was really trying to catch up on a lot of. Oh, my bad. This number is the thing? I had a thing this morning says 63. Where did 63 come from?
I'm just trying to figure out where you think that number mean. I said, what do you think that 493 messages mean?
That's how much messages in all.
They don't hear that. They don't hear that.
Like how much open messages?
No, they don't hear that.
The man serious by? Oh, okay, cool. But, oh yeah, I opened my message and it got on for sure.
I tried to figure out where.
No, but I've really been trying. This morning I've been going through a lot of messages. Last night, same thing.
Thank God there's a thing on WhatsApp.
Part of it too is like...
Read all of mine are gone.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that. Because why I feel like I read it, I may read it. Jade just give you the blue tick and then you ain't even read. She didn't even know you sent a message.
Well, it's better than you just leaving 493
It's not,
people
Jade.
and
It's not, Jade. It's not. At least you know I have not read your message.
493
So if it's something
people
important,
you ignoring?
no. So if you realize, and I always ignore. Sometimes, I'll give you an example. You know, a lot of the messages come up during music fest time. A lot of the messages come here during music
You're
fest
not
time.
read all of them, yeah?
I can try. All I can do is try. But Jade, like sometimes it's like I traveling, I working.
Yeah.
Like when I working, especially like me and on my phone.
Don't send me a message.
Me and on my phone, like. So then sometimes during like
That's
you know what
wild,
messages
man.
again a day?
That's why 493 messages, you know what I mean? Well, 492. Can I open one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me send it back up.
Oh, but guys, yes. Spend more time living your content than posting it and video messages.
Let's see if we can back up.
Me even
Don't
check
check
it.
that,
No. I believe you, Jade. I believe you. By next week, the number gonna be low.
To how much?
Yeah, just be low.
Oh,
It can be low.
by 491?
It can be low, man. It can be low. It can be low.
Insane.
Thank you so much for watching the show today. And remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you guys tomorrow.